Click. Sorry. Click.
On this button with an arrow.
Oh, up here, back.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can click on edit, and then would be able to,
Oh, right.
uh, yeah, would be able to change it.
Yeah. So if I'm like, okay, it's time for Alex to work on his cage shapes. I with this, I can easily find things because of the way it's organized. It's easy for me to find things and share them. I
I
think
see.
that was the benefit of this. And then so if I go here and I right click, I can maybe add, you know
Share.
something.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm wondering. I mean, maybe then our learning tree could be still useful. I mean, for sharing stuff.
Yeah, I mean otherwise I can go to practice
Yeah.
and I is everything on that tree in here? Because I don't think it is. And if it we'd have to
Yeah,
work.
I mean, yeah, right now it's different. I mean, like tree, it's like two different things. I mean, like tree, it have their own items and cards. You can import some cards from the tree, but they basically like two different things. I mean, yeah, yeah,
And it seems like what a student finds more useful, though, is going to be different from what it is more useful for a teacher, right? It's kind of like where, like as it is, Mike, when you're doing like the prep things for your practice session for um, a student doesn't really get anything from seeing that point of view, right? Of like whether it's you're organizing your schedule or just kind of like the other stuff you do. But I understand like your frustration from before, where that was probably still like really cumbersome and kind of like pretty pretty involved for you to kind of just basically organize for a practice and stuff.
Well, yeah, and if if we're planning on selling or marketing or sharing this with teachers
Uh
to make their life easier,
huh.
then we need to solve that.
Right.
Right? And you know,
yeah. To do something that would be very
it's
easy.
yeah. I mean, so I think on one hand, like where I think I would want to have like all of my content easily accessible and organized. All right, so looking at this, here's I think the two things that I think I need, that we need, is uh, all of the teachers' content easily, well, easily accessible and organized. The ivy. Okay. Which is happening in the tree, and we started to work the connectivity of the tree to the cards, but um, kind of forgot where we left off on that. Slash the connection be. Oh, okay. The connection between the uh, sharing with students. So I think that's the one thing to solve, and then the second is it's probably actually pretty easy is ability for the teacher to see the student's view.
Yeah, I mean, once we have a view for the student, yeah, we can easily like switch between like the views.
Yeah, because then what I could do is like when I'm here, and I'm here, I could just maybe just click. And maybe if I click here, this is where I go to sign stuff to the student,
Yeah,
and then if I click somewhere else, this is where I click to see what we're working on or what they've already what they're looking at. So I can so we're looking at the same thing basically, you know.
yeah, yeah. And speaking of organizing stuff, I feel that it's probably like uh, the most complex thing right now, and we still not sure. I mean, how to do that. So yeah, like three, I think, as you said, Mike, was a good concept here. But what if, like, instead of three, like moving towards to the direction of like having these like categories slash bags? What if let's imagine something like Google Drive, where we have like folders, but instead of like having folders and subfolders to make things maybe a bit more simple, but still flexible. What if we have like only one level of folders? I mean, and uh, then we put like everything into this. Uh, what do you think? I mean, what if we, for example, go like to the Google Drive and just imagine, I mean, if we would be able to only have like one level of folders here, not basically without like subfolders. Uh,
Yeah, that's yeah, and that's kind of think what we're trying to solve with that tree.
yeah, because three basically the same thing as folders, but like visually like represented. I
Hmm.
mean, it's good. I mean, but I feel that maybe when it's like too large, I mean, like a lot of stuff in there, it's still not that easy to navigate. So, uh, what what do you think? I mean, how it would feel if we only have like um, one level of so three won't be that deep. We have only like one level in there. Or you think? I mean, or you feel that it would be better to have like uh, something like a tree, but maybe in forms of folders, but with ability to have like folders and subfolders and like uh, to with like a lot of levels.
Yeah, maybe. I don't honestly. I don't know. I'm not. I'm really not sure what the best method is. You know, for a minute there, I was thinking, well, why not just have like Google Drive integration? You know, where like we can just uh, I can just go into my Google Drive here and like add stuff. Like,
Yeah, but with the Google Drive integration, I think one problem that we have, like how we, yeah, it's really good to store some kind of like resources like PDFs and maybe some scores and temperature, but how we store like extra information,
yeah,
maybe
exactly.
some notes and
Text and
yeah,
links and whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm just not sure. I'm not sure how we. I'm not sure.
Yeah, okay. So, mm, okay, so maybe like, maybe it's like if you're still like not sure, I mean, how it feels, uh, like different options. Maybe it's too early to drop learning tree like completely. So what if I mean what if I'll like implement both concepts? Like tree like it's already implemented, but what if we add like another concept also? Mm, yeah, so yeah, let's do something, but yeah. Or maybe like let's leave. I mean the tree concept as it is, but let's create like different like visual representations. Like one would be what we have right now, like learning tree with like this tree structure, like visuals and everything. And another one would be more similar to Google Drive with folders. But in the folders, we would have like, instead of having files and scores and things, like files and things like that, we would have a card in each folder. And card would be just some meta information similar to what we have in the learning tree right now. So we can store like links, add like PDFs from Google Drive, like images and things like that. So I think maybe this like having these like two different like visual representations would help us to find, I mean, which concept would be better, I mean, to use.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with the folder thing.
Yeah, I think that folder is also pretty similar to what we discussed last time with DEX. The only difference, I mean, that it's a bit more complex, but I think, I mean, if we will see that we don't need like too many levels, like we don't need like subfolders and things, then we just can remove it pretty easily. And then we will left with idea of DEX basically.
I mean, how complicated or involved would be to basically enter a mode, right, where you're editing a deck or a practice session for a student while still be in the learning tree. Like, in other words, to have something that where to say the teacher's there in the learning tree mode, if you will, or that environment, and then they basically, like kind of now they're ready to either create or edit a practice session. So they click something like edit practice session. So it's something as simple as that.
Yeah.
And, like while they're still in that environment, right? And then now they're able to see everything, right, as Mike is saying. But then now they're editing something that's going to be basically, so whether it's drag or drop or whatever, but basically they're now editing things for that, for the student, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean, John. I mean, like, yeah, something like having a learning tree, and then we click on the node, and then, like, for example, a dialog pop up where we can choose a student and some like information from that node, from the learning tree that we want to share, right?
Because going back to the Hearthstone analogy, right? Like what you're basically doing is when you build a deck, it's the environment where you can see all the different cards, you know, like kind of the
Yeah.
and also like you can see the deck that you're building and everything. And then once you go into the game mode, right, then you know you're just basically selecting a deck that you created or you edited and stuff, and now you're in this different mode. But I guess what I'm saying is like it's kind of like where they're linked, but you're still operating in different modes. You know, like kind of teacher mode versus student mode, I guess. Is kind of I think what we're getting at.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, like if we would be able to do it in one on at the same time. I mean, as you said, John. I mean, like without like switching to another page,
Hmm.
uh,
Right.
and then like and also would be able to see a student list, maybe using some kind of autocomplete. I mean, like for example, uh, we have a dialogue. We choose a node, and then we have a dialogue that pops up. So similar to what we have actually when we add a link to the learning tree, but instead we have a let's call it like practice page or something, and then we choose and with which student we want to share this, and maybe I mean maybe then using this information from learning tree as a source, we create a card from it, and then we
Right.
share that card
Right.
with the student.
Exactly.
Yeah, and this way we don't have like this bunch of cards in one place.
Hmm.
We only have this assigned to the particular student,
Hmm.
and then we can. Yeah, I think it's something to it. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, no, this sounds cleaner for sure.
Yeah, and then I think, and then we can utilize our existing learning tree, which is also make things easier because I mean, we already tried and learning tree a few times, and it's already like working. I mean,
I think that was what was missing was kind of connecting the two environments, because I think that's you know been the frustration was like it seemed like very separate worlds and stuff, if you will, and but I think we needed you know something somehow to kind of connect what we were doing before with like kind of what we're trying to do at this point and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it would be good. I mean, and with this new type of card that we did last time, I mean, this new like cleaner UI and with this new concept of attachments, I think this is what probably make this thing usable. I mean, like without like needing to like switch between views. Yeah, it's definitely something to it. Yeah, and I can imagine I mean how it works. Which is a good thing. I mean, because sometimes when the concept is too complex or too vague, it's hard to imagine. I mean, how it would look and feel. But with this, I can see like pretty clearly how it could work. I mean, so I think it's a great idea actually. I mean, like I think we need to write it down somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just make a card here
Yeah,
describing. I gotta take off though, guys.
Yep. Sure.
sure. No worries, Mike. I'll write down. I mean, what we did. I mean, and maybe
And I've
John
Yeah,
add some notes.
I also recorded this, so I'll go ahead and stop the recording then, and I'll post it up so in case you want to refer back to what we talked about.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you guys. I think today was really productive. I think we finally like find something that in one hand, I mean, like we can could work. I mean, pretty smoothly, and in other hand, I mean, it's not that hard to implement, and we don't need to drop some things that we already made. I mean, like learning tree, which is good, I think.
Cool.
Uh,
Awesome. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll let you guys know when I have the video posted then.
yeah, thank you.
Okay then.
Great. All right. Have a good one, guys.
Yep. Bye for now.
Bye.